What ho, ladies and gentlemen, how the devil? Quick one today. Lamentable story. It's caused such a stir, we're even on Fox News out here in the United States. So brilliant. The final ignominy, making multinational headlines for being overbearing, illiberal, authoritarian, basically state-funded commie Gestapo in the modern era. I mean, this is absolutely scandalous. But before we start, just to relax everybody, let's enjoy this wonderful Twitter distraction.
Shotgun. It's survival! It's survival! It's survival! It's survival!
That's brilliant, isn't it? The old boy wasn't taking any shit there. I loved how he squealed like a girl when he was getting in the car. And he didn't shoot your arm off, probably just filled it with buckshot. Stop being dramatic. Nearly driving off and leaving his mate in the car park. Like, that's brilliant. I love watching botched robbers get the comeuppance. So that was brilliant. And it cheered me up before I get back into the melancholy, which is UK police say British Army veteran arrested because of his anti-LGBTQ social media post caused anxiety. I did briefly discuss this in my last live stream, but for those of you that didn't see it, listen to the reason that this tin pot dictator gives for arresting a freeborn tax-paying citizen. Just listen to this.
Tell us why you escalated it to this level, because I don't understand. I posted something that he posted, you come to arrest me, you don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why am I in cuffs? Because of something he shared, then I shared.
Because someone has been caused, obviously, anxiety based upon your social media page. That's why you've been arrested.
So there you go, and delivered in that trite, self-righteous manner. Somebody has been caused anxiety because of your social media retweet. As I said, I don't want to labour this video, labour the point, because more than I think perhaps any story of the last 2 years does that 50 seconds of dialogue illustrate exactly what's gone wrong. Essentially, the legal system in the United Kingdom is completely broken. It's like the NHS, it just doesn't work anymore. It's not fit for purpose. There's places in the UK where crime just doesn't get solved. There's a good one from the Telegraph. Police solving the lowest proportion of crimes ever, even as the number of sex offences soars. Just 6% of all crimes resulted in a charge, and this is in 2021. It's only got worse. 6% of all crimes result in a charge. 6. So if you get burgled, or an immigrant punches your granny in the face and pinches a biscuit tin, they're not getting caught. Just accept it. At what point do we say the policing system has completely failed? Like, at what point? Does it need to go down to 5% or 4% or 3%? Do we just say victims of crime in England and Wales just have to accept the fact that nobody ever gets arrested for said crime because they're too busy sending teams of 5 round blokes' houses for tweeting? I mean, look again, you've seen the video regarding this story on Fox. They sent 5 people around the guy's house because he shared a social media post. Oh yeah, and by the way, for those of you that haven't seen it, that is what he retweeted. That's it. I mean, it's not particularly clever. It's just it's literally just a rearrangement of 4 LGBTQ plus the latest iteration of the LGBTQ plus IA flag. You know, they change it every bloody week these days. So, well, that's it. And as the man in the video said, Lawrence Fox didn't get arrested because Lawrence Fox is high profile. But the guy who retweeted that picture, presumably along with 960 other people, because as you can see there, it's been retweeted by 961 others, presumably they're the ones who got a knock on the door, and we just haven't seen the footage of the other 960 because he retweeted it without comment. That is all he did. And for that, 5 Rozzers banging on his door. And congratulations, United Kingdom, you're making international headlines. As they say, the video was recorded by Lawrence Fox, who shared a meme showing pride flags altered into the shape of a swastika. He said the meme was meant as a commentary on the authoritarian nature of LGBTQ and transgender activists. And that's it, he got nicked. As the bloke said, you've come to arrest me, you don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why I'm in cuffs over something he shared, then I shared? And they said, because someone has been caused anxiety based on your social media posts. And that's that. He was then interviewed by Tucker and he said, obviously, this is a bloke who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, served his country, and now he's been arrested for not worshipping at the altar of the holy pride flag. If you haven't checked it out, Harry Miller does an interview with Peter Whitty's channel at some point. I remember watching it months back. And he said that when they arrested him, they really did go around his house and say, we've come to check your thinking. Because none of these walkists know anything of real import, like some of the great literature and historical events of our country. When he said to them, you've come round to check my thinking, do you know what that means? And the copper just said, what? And looked at him blankly. And he said, that means you really are the thought police. And the copper didn't understand the reference. He's never read Orwell or Aldous Huxley or any of the literary greats. He's just read Robin DiAngelo and fucking anti-racist Baby by Ibram X. Kendi. I mean, these people are a joke. They only deserve our scorn and contempt. So once again, these Hampshire officers are going to get their asses kicked when the sunlight is shined upon it and the gaze of the general public shines in their direction. Like the eye of Sauron, it will be pulled in their direction and they'll have nowhere to hide. So what do we do about it? We need a new government. The current UK Conservative Party are not conservative and they won't do anything about it. We need to all line up behind a new party, whether it's the SDP, Rod Little's lot, Nigel Farage makes a new party, Lawrence Flox's Reclaim party. They all need to line up behind one. And in 2024, the normies need to realise that the Conservatives are no longer serving their best interests. The Conservatives are woke, they are not conservative. And only when you get rid of them do you get a new Home Secretary and a new Prime Minister who will then commit, hopefully in a series of pledges before the general election, to root these people out, dig them out like an Alabama tick, sack every single police officer unwilling to sign on the dotted line and say, I will not allow my political opinions to colour my reading and application of the law equally for everyone. And also commit to repealing the Communications Act, which makes all of this bollocks possible, and then get started on the rest of the civil service. Every single civil servant and mandarin and bureaucrat who is unelected but endlessly prosecutes this war on liberal principles, this woke, all-consuming, collectivist ideology, every single one of them needs to go. Coppers, the judges, civil servants, the lot. Whatever it takes. And as usual, we can use the military. If we need soldiers to bolster the police forces for a small amount of time, just like they did with the fire strikes, right? While they recruit people that are not communists, then we can do it. But we need drastic measures. The Supreme Court needs to go, the mandarins need to go, the civil servants, the police, the woke coppers, the lot. It was like me when I woke up on an exercise in the woods in Virginia and found a large leech had attached itself to my testicles. I had to grab it and peel the fucking thing off. And it was uncomfortable, but I got it done. Sometimes things are good for your health. They're not easy, but you've got to commit to doing it anyway. Dig them all out, root and branch, and maybe come 2028, we might actually live in a free country once again. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow for a live stream. Cheers.